Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette, and today I'm going to show you how to make some jellyfish earrings. So for this particular project, we're making earrings for a Blythe doll, but you can also wear these yourself. I may eventually put this video on my Tapping Flamingo, aka the Bohemian Hippie YouTube channel, or I don't know, I may put it on my Be Creative channel. I haven't decided yet, but that's going to be a long way out because right now I'm videotaping this tutorial for the Virtual Blythe Retreat that is hosted by myself and my sister Tammy Pally of Peacecraft Dolls. This is one of several projects for the VBR 2024, and we are actually making a jellyfish princess, I guess. So let's get our earrings made. So for those of you who actually either bought a kit or bought the goodie bag, the earring kit will be in there. For those of you who are watching this later or did not purchase a kit, let me show you what's in here, because you can get these things and they don't have to be exactly what I have. But you're going to need 3 head pins for each earring, so that's 6 head pins. You'll need 2 ear wires. And then you need one of these beads. It's just basically like a lily. These are glass, but you can find them acrylic. And they're just a bead. And I have actually seen them all over the place. I'll have to say, maybe I'll leave a link down in the description box below for you so you can check out BB Craft. That's where I got these. Now they may have different colors and different styles, but this is basically the bead you need, or this type of bead. And you'll see why here in a little bit. And then you need a bead cap. It's going to go on the top there. And then, like I said, this is for each earring. And I'm using these blue crystals, and we have 7 of them, okay? And these are some clear crystals, and I've got 2, I think there's 13 of them. And then I also am using some itty-bitty tiny seed beads. I think I've got 11 of them that I'm going to be using. So in addition to these beads, by the way, these are 6 millimeter and these are 4 millimeter. But you can use whatever variation. I would not go above a 6 millimeter though, just because they get heavy and you don't want them to be too heavy. You're going to need some round nose pliers, some flat nose pliers, or if you have bit nose pliers, those would work, or needle nose pliers, just some type of a plier where you can grab a hold of things. And then you're going to need some wire cutters. Now the other thing that you're going to need that is not in the kit is some 20 gauge wire. And you could use 24 gauge. I would not go above 20 gauge. I definitely wouldn't go smaller than the 24 gauge. But I actually have a scrap here that I'm going to be using. And to give you an idea of what we're doing, this is what we're doing, okay? And it's actually really pretty simple. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make these 3 little tentacles, I guess you could call them. And that's what you use these head pins for. Since I've already made this one earring, I need to make the second one. I'm going to make it just like this. But you can do however you want. However you want to design these beads or these earrings are up to you. All right. So, whoops. Here, I'm going to put these in here. So I'm starting off with a seed bead, and then a clear crystal, an alternating seed bead and clear crystal. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crystals. So once you have your beads on there how you want them, you're going to take your flat nose pliers and we're going to make a loop. So just bend it at a 90-degree angle. Use your wire cutters to clip that off at the end. And then with your round nose pliers, you're going to roll a loop like so. And you want to make sure it gets closed in there all the way. And, well, sometimes you have to shimmy it up there. I don't have it closed all the way, but I'm actually going to be opening this back up here in a little bit, so I'm just going to leave it. But at the end of the project, you want to make sure all your loops are closed. Now I'm going to make these other 2 tentacles, and I'll be back. So I got the second tentacle done. I didn't use any seed beads on there, just the crystals. And I'm going to roll a loop just like I did before. Now this one I don't really, well, I maybe need to trim it off a little bit. Okay, there's number 2. And this one I started with a little tiny seed bead and then put the 3 small clear crystals. And then I started doing every other one, little seed bead, blue crystal, seed bead, blue crystal. And I do need, yep, I ended with a little seed bead there. So let's wrap a loop on this one. You need to make sure when you cut your wire like I just did, you want to make sure that it's not going to fly off across the room and get somebody. Maybe fly in their eye. So I always make sure to cover that up. All right, so I have my 3 little tentacles all ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do is I am going to do a wrapped loop at the bottom here. It's a little bit different than what we did over here. So I'm going to come down because I want the loop to be big. These are going to be going on this loop, so they don't need to be really little like this. They won't fit. So you want to go down. I wouldn't go down all the way, but go down about that far. You're going to curl it in. Oh, and I meant to tell you how much wire I have here. Normally I do this on the spool. I probably have about 4 inches here. Normally I keep my wire on the spool and then cut it off when I'm done with my project. There's less waste that way. But if you want to cut it off, 4 inches should be plenty. All right, so then you're just going to wrap a couple of times around, or how much ever. This isn't really going to show very much, so I wouldn't really worry about how it looks. You do want to tuck that end in. Okay, and you have something that looks like this. So now this is when we open up our loops. And we're going to put them on our hoop here. And then close them back up. Now when you open loops, you want to make sure you open them correctly. Because if you don't, you can wind up messing your loop up or having wire issues, maybe breaking a wire, or it can get really discombobulated and look really funny. So the way you open a loop, see, here's the loop. You do not want to do this. You want to go kind of at an angle. Let's see. So like this is going up and this is going down. Okay. So I think this might be a better loop to show you. So you're just going to open it up. I don't know if you can see. It's hard to see with these little bitty things. That's why I show you with my hand. And then when you close it, you're just going to close it back down and kind of shimmy it in there. You want to make sure that you don't have any gaposis there or you'll lose a tentacle. All right, let me get this last one on here. All right, so opening it up. Hanging it on there. Probably need to open it up a little bit wider here. There we go. All right, so we've got the tentacles all done. So the next thing we're going to do is put the body of the jellyfish on there. Okay, and I have a little bead cap just to put on the top to give it a little bit more pizzazz. And then the next thing we're going to do is wrap another loop and hang it on our ear wire and we'll be done. By the way, if you hear any joyful sounds of children, I have some grandchildren over here and they're in the other room having a good time. So you're going to grab your jellyfish and you're just going to, whoops, let me do that again. You're going to loop around your pliers and you're just going to wrap around a few times. And you could be messy or you could do it neat. It's up to you. I usually like to do messiness. I think it just adds a lot. I think that's good enough. And I'm going to clip that off. Always make sure you tuck in your wires. And you know what? I just noticed something. Let's see if you notice it. Look at that ear wire. Look at that ear wire. They don't match. So I need to go get some matching ear wires. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put this on. This one, they usually come open, so you just put it on there and squeeze it shut. These, you open up the loop just like I showed you and hang your earring on there and then close it up. It's the same technique as we were using on the earrings. And here we go. We've got some jellyfish earrings. Now I want to show you an option. Let me clean my mess up here. Another option you could do, instead of using head pins, you could use chain. And just depending on how long you want them, there's really no right or wrong when you're making jewelry. It's right if you like it, so just remember that. But you can just cut your chain to the length you want and just add up one bead. Like here I added a big bead and two little ones. Here I've got 3 little beads. Here I've got 2 big ones and a little one. And here are the ones with the chain. Let me show you these that we just made. Oh, those are fun. Look at that. And let me get my little doll. I'm going to put one of each on her so you can see what they look like. There we go. I think I like this one better on her because it's shorter. Look how fun that is. Here. Let me put both of them on her. Put mine back on. There we go. Isn't she cute? Whoops, her little top's falling off there. All right, there we go. We have us some jellyfish earrings for the Jellyfish Princess. Let me know what you think of these. Do you like the chain better or the head pins better? I don't know which one I like better. I think I like the head pins better on her and the chain better on me. Thanks for joining me. Y'all have a great day.